So I've seen a lot of people on this app say leave or leave us out of it when they're talking to women who are sharing, their issues with men in their lives. And I understand the sentiment, but I just wanted to share what it looks like leaving. Um, when I decided to leave that man, the stars were perfectly aligned. It literally could not have gone any smoother. It just so happened that when I made the decision that I was leaving him, and about 2 weeks later, he was going out of town. Um, and it just worked out. I hadn't secured where I was going to live, and I just started formulating the plan of how I'm going to leave. So I knew that when he was out of town, that's exactly when I was going to physically move. So I started searching for places to live, but I realized I didn't have a mover, and he knew several movers. And so I did not obviously want to contact one of them. Around this time, one of my other friends had contacted me because she wanted to give me some of her planters, and she had really large planters, and she didn't know I was leaving, and I told her I would take some, and she asked me if I had a mover, and I said no. She's like, well, they're really big, you're going to need someone to move them. So she gave me her mover, and perfect timing, she had no idea. So now I had a mover secured, and the next thing was, of course, finding the place. I was so frazzled during this entire time. Like, my anxiety was through the roof. And I found one place. I toured that place and agreed to get that place. Um, so much so, like, I only looked at that when I toured it. I literally only looked to see, did it have bedrooms and did it have a roof. I did not see anything else. One of my friends asked me later, like, how was the kitchen? And I'm like, I don't remember what the kitchen looks like. So now I secured the place. I asked the landlord if I can move in early, if I can sign a lease and move in early. And they said yes. So great. Now I could move in early, or at least have the key access early, so I can start receiving deliveries to the place and everything. I gave an extra key to my friend because she lived close by, and she can go in my place to receive any deliveries, since I couldn't get there fast enough. So now that I had the lease in hand, I had the keys, I needed the internet because I work from home. My son was going to school online, and so we definitely needed internet. I was going to be moving within a week at this point. And so when I went to the internet company, they said it would take 1 to 10 days to get internet cut on. So I was like, fine, I'll have to, do hotspot from my phone or something in the meantime, because I'll be moving in within that time frame. Well, the next day, the technician contacted me and said that he was going to be at the new house to get the internet cut on. So it was just like perfect. Like, things are moving really quickly. I was ordering stuff and having it sent to my friend's house. I was ordering furniture for the place and trying to time like the order delivery part, so that way, yes, I will be there when this comes in, so it can come. I'll be there to receive it. And it just worked out so perfectly. Like, I ordered the couch first, and that came in, of course, really early, really quickly. And by this time, he had left. So anxiety is coming down. I asked my son if he can just kind of move to the new house so he can be there to receive orders on my behalf, and just make sure someone is always there to receive things, because I had a few things where, like, I ordered from Amazon, and because no one was at the home, like, it went back to the warehouse or whatever. So it was just an issue. So it was good that he was here, and he slept on the couch for a little bit while I coordinated everything else at the old house, packing, making sure I knew what I was taking, all of that, just all of the things that you're thinking about when you have to move. And because we had cameras at the old place, um, I disconnected the internet throughout this entire, like, intermittently throughout this entire process. Like, anytime someone was helping me move things from the house, I disconnected the internet so the cameras were turned off. The cameras didn't have any kind of live feed connection. So throughout this whole part of the process, internet disconnect, someone would be moving things out the house, reconnect the internet back to normal. And the only reason why this whole move went really smoothly, one, the stars were aligned perfectly. Like, I happened to find the place that I could move to quickly, that was within my budget, that was available, and the landlord is a super nice person. My son, who is an adult but was in college online, was able to, act in proxy of me to receive packages on my behalf at the new place. My friend who had the spare key before my son could move, was able to come and check on the house because it was within walking distance of her home. My other friend who, had a car could help me move items to my new place. Um, I had financial means to do all of this execution in just a 2 week time frame. And so for me, this is a perfectly executed plan in a very short timeline that in which I was able to leave. Not many women have that access, have that ability to leave their terrible marriages in such a short time frame.